Hello, David.
Hi, Andrea.
I'm so glad to have you here today, and I would love to talk with you about our 6 display product 6ID, and also learn a little bit how we make a difference with that offering to our clients. Mm-hmm. So in terms of technologies and ways to access data through a user interface, mm-hmm. what is it that you see in the market? And maybe you could also share a little bit, based on that, what direction are you taking with the display business?
Of course. So a trend that we are seeing since already quite a few years, but I believe has picked up quite some speed over the last couple of years, is this transition from software that are traditionally installed on your machine towards web application that you can access through your browser. So I think the underlying reason we are seeing this trend is fairly straightforward to understand. Clients no longer want to go through the hassle of having to whitelist the software, deploy it into the software center every time you do a new content or functional release. They want to get the content much quicker and without having to go through this kind of hassle. And this transition from software to web is something we very much welcome at SIX. We have been investing in web technology since we say the past 3 to 4 years. And I'm very happy that we are also at the point now where we can offer the same level of performance, even for data-heavy workflow. So I would say we are very well positioned to support this kind of transition.
That sounds great. And actually, this is exactly what I see you doing our day. Mm-hmm. And brings me to another topic, AI. We hear a lot about AI, right? And its different applications to the financial industry. Now I wonder, where do you personally see this new technology fitting within a terminal?
Mm-hmm. So AI per se is not something new at SIX. We have been leveraging AI since several years, but more behind the scene, more around the processing of unstructured data. What has really changed over the last couple of years is to make this technology more accessible at the end user level. So the models are out there in the market, and we can almost pick them up and see what we can do with them. On the display side, the obvious use case is around search functionalities. So to understand that, you need to go back a little bit in the past. Traditionally, searching for financial data through a display is very much a top-down type of exercise where you start with an instrument identifier and then you drill through the content to pinpoint the data you are looking for. Or then you use some sort of filtering function to help you get down to the data. What AI enables us to do, and more specifically large language model, is that we can create a much more, I would say, natural way to search for the content. And as the technology is also capable of building context with the end user, you almost end up in this type of dialogue between the chat and the user. So you can simply ask, give me company X EBIT, right? You don't need to enter a complex query into your terminal or go through multiple filtering. You can just interact as you would do with a human, like we do right away. And personally, I find that super fascinating for display.
It absolutely is. And I mean, talking about technology, I mean, in your opinion, is technology the main ingredient in building a strong display solution?
So I wish it was that simple. I wish technology was the only tick box you needed. But if you really want to build a comprehensive display offering, you do need also a robust data model and a solid backend infrastructure to basically enable all this cross-referencing between multiple asset classes, but also multiple content sets. If you don't have those kind of fundamentals in the background to support your technology, what you end up with is with a very fragmented display offering where you have, let's say, multiple content sets that are not connected to each other and that strongly limit your workflow capabilities. So that's 2 things, robust data model and a solid backend infrastructure. Then there is a third ingredient that technology will probably never replace, is the knowledge. SIX has around 100 years of financial data expertise. And if you want to build workflow capabilities that actually solve customer problems and work seamlessly, you need that expertise. And technology is not there to replace that.
I see. Thank you very much. My last question, another personal question. David, I assume you are a 6ID super user, right? Using it every day. So what is your favorite feature?
That's a very tough question. It's like kind of picking up your favorite kid, right? So I would say if I had to really pick one up, it's probably the corporate action calendar. Because I do consider this content to be one of the most complex one, and it is considered by many to be very complex. And what we were really capable to do with this functionality is to make this very complex content set very human readable in the form of a calendar, like you would look at your Outlook calendar, but instead of being meeting invitation, it will be corporate action events. And that I think that illustrates quite well what we do at Six. We look at complex data, we simplify them, we normalize them, and we try every day to make the life of our customer a little bit easier.
I see your excitement. You even excite me. Thank you, David. This was very insightful. And I really liked how you highlighted that Six doesn't only make a great difference with technology, but also great data, actually, and use-long experience. It was a pleasure to have you here today, David.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you.